Welcome to Big Ideas with Scott. My name is Scott, and I like ice cream a lot. Sometimes I'll just get a pail and eat it. But sometimes, other times, I'll want it like with toppings, like with chocolate or hot fudge and peanuts and whipped cream and cherries and everything else, because I want something special, you know? And the same thing is true with print. Sometimes you just need something printed, and it's like, could you? Fine, that's perfect. Other times, though, because of necessity or because you want something different, you'll put coatings on the print, you know, like toppings on ice cream. And so today, we're going to talk about the different kind of coatings that you can use or add to your print project, and we'll talk about what they are, how they work, and why you might use them and why you might not. So won't that be awesome? Let's go. First up is varnish. Now, varnish dries by this chemical reaction. And what's cool about varnish is that there's different finishes of the varnish. You can get gloss or satin or dull, and so you've got different things to choose from. What's awesome about varnishes is that, well, there's a few things. One, you can do like a spot varnish. So like, just like certain areas of a piece could be all glossy, and the rest could be all not glossy. The other thing that's nice is that it protects the ink. So when you do a varnish over your printed piece, it'll protect the ink underneath. So if you've got a piece that's got to be handled a lot, varnish is a perfect solution. The other thing that's cool, though, is that it's got when you're talking about like the gloss, it's like this brilliant gloss of like 65 to 75 on the gloss scale of magic. It's just, they're beautiful when you do it in gloss. The bad things, though, about varnish is that it takes a little bit extra long time for it to dry, and it also can start to yellow after time. A lot like caramel on a sundae. Next up is aqueous coating. Now, aqueous coating, as you probably could guess from the name, is water-based, and it's dried with infrared technology. Now, aqueous coating comes in different finishes too. You could get gloss, you could get satin, or you could get soft touch. Do you remember the mini passport that we probably sent you? If we didn't, ask for one. But this has soft feel or soft touch aqueous coating. It's actually really nice. Like, you'll never put it down. I can't put it down now. But the thing about aqueous coating is there's a number of benefits. One, like because it's water-based, it's environmentally friendly, which is awesome. Next up is that it's got a quick set time. So this infrared drying thing happens really quickly. So even after it's printed and we put the aqueous coating on, the drying time goes pretty quick. The other benefit is that it shows minimal fingerprints. And so when you've got a piece and if it's too glossy and you can see fingerprints, it looks kind of stupid. Like an iPad that people have touched too much. And then lastly, is that soft touch thing, which is really unique. The only problem with aqueous coating is that there's no spot aqueous coating. It's like you flood everything or you don't do anything. But really, it's kind of like chocolate sauce. Who wants to just do spot chocolate sauce anyway? Really, you want it to cover everything. Next up is UV coating. Now, UV coating is applied with a silk screen, and as the name implies, is dried with UV technology. It also comes in different finishes, so you can get gloss, satin, and dull UV coating. Now, the advantages of UV coating are tremendous. Like, it's super high gloss, like as high as like 95 on the glossometer. You know what I mean? It's like super duper high gloss. It's also high rub resistance. It's also instantly dry. Because of the process that we use to apply it, it doesn't take like an overnight for it to dry. So on quick jobs, it happens very fast. Next up is that there's spot registration available. So like we talked about when we were talking about varnishes, you could do a spot UV coating just to certain areas, and they can be super duper like glossy. And so there's also no VOCs, and so it's super environmentally friendly. And lastly, it's actually cost effective at higher quantities. And so there's a lot of advantages to UV coating. On the disadvantage side is because it's so thick, it's almost like a whole other layer to the piece. And so on parts of a piece that might get folded, it can show cracking in there. And the other thing is that it does show fingerprints. Because it's so glossy, like an iPad, it shows fingerprints quite easily. But there's certainly going to be great instances where high gloss is important. And sometimes, really, it doesn't really matter if you show fingerprints at all. Fingerprints. Last up is lamination. Now, lamination actually isn't even like really a coating as much as it is like a process, because what we'll do is we'll take plastic and we'll add that right onto the surface of the print using this heat process. And so lamination, as you can imagine, though, is super durable. Like, if you could think of menus, like in a diner or whatever, or you could think of like even like paper binders will be laminated because A, it makes them super strong. Two, they're impermeable surfaces then, so they're easy to clean up. And three, they're really hard to tear. And so all of those things make them a great solution for a lot of different applications. They come in a couple of different finishes, gloss and matte, and they're super cost effective. And because the real cost to lamination comes in material cost, and that can offset pretty quickly. Now, the disadvantages to lamination are that it shows fingerprints, which is okay because they're easy to clean. It also is an overall application. We can't just spot laminate. We've got to laminate the whole thing. And lastly, it's not recyclable. Like, when you do something with a laminate on it, you can't just throw that in the recycling bin. It's got to be thrown away. So from that standpoint, it's not exactly environmentally friendly, but it is a super solution on a lot of different things, because really we're just taking it and we're like, coating everything right up. So that's it. That's our simple introduction to coatings and lamination.